guys, thanks for joining me again today for another process video for my Project Live Catch Up Friday video series. So for today I'm going to be catching up on my week 30, which is essentially July 20th from 2015 to the 26th. So let's get started. I am going to be mainly using the Calico document kit called Young at Heart, which is from August 2016, and also a bunch of products from Ali Edwards, as well as the Hip Kit Club's Scrapbook kits from August as well as July. So the first thing you're seeing here is I cut up a piece of pattern paper, which is from the Hip Kit Club's August 2016 kit. And this piece of pattern paper is actually from the Amy Tangerine Oh Happy Live line. It's actually called Happy. So I think that's fitting. And now I'm just adding some letter stickers. And these letter stickers are actually not from the Documenter kit, the Young and Heart Story kit, and the Documenter kit, sorry. But I actually got them from Calico. I think, you know, any letter stickers there would be fine, to be honest. Even if you have those square ones would be fine too, or if you have some leftovers from your Ali Edwards story kits, that would be fine too. And now I'm just adding some dates using my roller date stamp, which is from Project Live, Becky Higgins' Project Live, and also some VersaFine black ink. And so I added the two dates, as well as I drew a line in the middle there using my Project Live. I think this is, the precision back pen, which is essentially the same as the Project Live ones, and also, you know, be rebranded as the Ali Edwards one as well. But I believe they're essentially made by American Crafts, and essentially the same pen. I also drew an outline box there around the word 30, essentially. And now I want to add a little bit of journaling. So I decided to add this piece of chipboard here, which is from, I think it's from a Calico kit. I can't remember which one it was, to be honest, but any chipboard there will be fine as well. And I have to apologize, I'm not really sure what's going on with my camera here. It's been going a little bit not great lately, so I'm hoping it'll get better. So now I'm just choosing some 3x4 journaling cards. I want something that has pink in it, but not too much. I don't know, actually. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was kind of tossing between the pink and the orange one, but I decided to go with this one, which has a little bit of navy. It's mainly because I like a bit of navy in my spread. So I cut out this piece of 3x4 journaling card, which is from the Documenter kit from Calico, and I also trim a piece of 3x4 journaling card, a blank 3x4 journaling card, which is from Project Live, and I essentially just use a 3x4 journaling card which came in the Documenter kit to measure up, just making sure that it's going to be exactly the same size, essentially 3x4. And that, I guess, is an easy way to make sure that if you have two pieces which are not 3x4 put together, that to make a 3x4, that's an easy way to measure it up. So I added a piece of chipboard there, which is from a Calico kit. I can't remember which one it was from, but it is from a Calico kit, but any piece of chipboard, kind of circular, there will be fine. So it says love there, and also added some journaling underneath there. And it's funny because I'm essentially talking about the photo that's on the right of that journaling card there, and because this was essentially like a year and a couple months, so like 15 months ago, so it was, you know, it was a long time ago. So I essentially talked about describe the photo, really. I mean, I can recall what exactly we were doing, you know, not exactly what we were doing, but I remember the restaurant. I kind of remember when we were, I think it was Friday night, so, and at the time we were going to this restaurant quite a lot, you know, essentially every Friday, so I essentially talked about that and the good times we had, so. And I think that's really the trick with catching up on your Project Live spreads. I don't think we're going to remember everything about, you know, 2000, exactly 13 months ago, whatever happened 13 months ago. But I think, sometimes you can recall the feelings and, I guess the trends that were, we were following at the time and those kind of thing. And I think doing it now is certainly going to be better than doing it in 10 years, for example. So, and I'm sure my memories just start to fade, every day. So I think, I count that as lucky as I, get anything down now. So I think, certainly a word of encouragement. I think if you're interested in, remember all these things and, you think, you're not going to remember everything because it was a long time ago, don't worry about it. Just put anything down, whatever you remember. I think it's absolutely fine. So while we're talking there, I created a journaling spot there using a piece of die cut from the Hip Kit Club's July 2016 kit, so scrapbook kit, and I essentially just staple that onto a blank piece of 3x4 journaling card and then did some journaling. And now I'm adding this kind of puffy sticker, which is from the Calico document kit, and then added some, a small amount of journaling. I could not remember much what was going on there. I think it was Thursday night dinner, and I know the restaurant though, so. And now I am thinking about, I want to add some journaling onto this photo, and I don't have much to talk about this photo, just mainly because I can only describe, bits and pieces. So I decided to just add this stamp, which is from the Stuff story stamp, which says, "This stuff has my heart," which I think it's really cute. And I use stays on black ink, and then add some kind of outline around a box around that stamp area there. And I'm just going to be adding a little bit of journaling, just a little bit, what I remember. And that is essentially it for that photo. So I feel like this spread is actually coming together quite quickly, which is great. And now I am moving on to the right side of the spread. I am going to be adding some journaling onto this photo here. While I think there's an area there around the bowl which I can, do some journaling on, I felt like I want a bit more on it. So I decided to cut up a piece of 4x6 journaling card, which I got in a pack. I think it's like 100, and I think it was like 15 Aussie dollars. So probably a little bit cheaper for some of you in the US, and you get 100 cards. And then I essentially because I print my photo using the Canon selfie printer, so the photo comes out being like, small, a little bit smaller than 4x6. So your journaling card will need to be trimmed, just in case some of you who want to use this technique. So you need to trim on the side a little bit, and I use the corner chomper just to make sure that the corner remains round. And then I add that puffy sticker, which is from, I believe it's from, definitely from the Hip Kit Club. I think it's from the August scrapbook kit, if I'm not wrong. It's either from the August or July. But any puffy stickers or, heart stickers, to be honest, would be fine there too. And I also added these arrows, which are, so vellum arrows, these stickers, which are from the Calico document kit. And now, because I'm missing I'm essentially missing a 3x4 photo, so I decided to use this kind of decorative card, just happy, and it's pink, so it's cool. And now I am creating my own 3x4 journaling card once again by trimming up a piece of a 3x4 journaling pattern paper. Well, actually, 3x4 journaling card from Studio Calico, which is kind of a full-size pattern. I decided to just trim it up so I have some white space to do my journaling. And I want to use the flags, the stamp, which is from the Drive story kit. I really like these flags. So you get one which is kind of filled in and the other one is not. and I really like it. So I decided to stamp that down, and I'm going to be adding another stamp, which is from the, which one is it from? It's from the Believe Story stamp, and it says life is good. So both of the, as you can see there, I'm actually having 3 stamp sets on my desk right now. So the Drive, the Stuff, and the Believe Story stamp kit. So stamp set. And now I am using the one that's filled in, so the flag that's filled in, and I use the Memento Luxe ink. I believe, I can't remember what the color is called. It's a pinkish color, Memento Luxe ink. I sanded it down. It just didn't pop at all. It was essentially just kind of weirdly blended in. So I decided to trim up this 3x4 journaling card, which is from the Currently kit, so the Currently core kit from Project Live, and I'm just roughly measuring it out using the stamp, as you can see, just the stamp that is in the story stamp, the Drive story stamp, and just trimming that up just to size essentially similar to that one. And then I'm just using that piece, that cut piece there, to add on top of the stamp area, which I did not care for. So, and now I'm just adding another stamp, which is from the Stuff story stamp, and it says love this stuff. Using my VersaFine black ink once again, and I'm going to be adding directly on top of that top portion of that 3x4 journaling card using my, I adhere that down using my roller date stamp, but I'm also going to be stapling directly onto that as well, just on the side, just to add a little bit of, I think that was more of an embellishment rather than trying to adhere it to the card, to be honest. And I added my journaling. What did I say? I talked essentially just, describe, in general about that week. We spend our time in the country, and, I enjoyed it, and, at the time, in July, August, I think it was essentially mid to the end of last year, we have been going to the country quite often, and it was great. So I essentially described the feelings, and yeah. And now I am using another 3x4 journal card, which is from the Documenter kit from Calico, and I'm adding this stamp which says the story from the Drive story stamp. I really like this stamp. I haven't used it that much, to be honest, but I really like how versatile it is. And now I am adding a kind of a box to create a list, so which is this stamp, which is from the Stuff story stamp, and I just added that 3 times. And then what did I say? I essentially listed out the things we cooked, baked, or fry that weekend, so it's pretty fun. And now I'm just adding a flag. So I'm cutting out the flag that I stamped out earlier, and I'm just, trimming that up using just my Fiskars scissors and adding that directly onto the photo. And I was not gonna journal on it, but I decided to just add a little bit of something because I seem to recall what I was essentially making in that photo. So I thought it would be good to add a little bit of something there. And now I'm just picking out a piece of die cut, which is from the July Scrapbook kit from the Hit Kit Club, which says enjoy there. And I decided to add just onto the side a little bit. And I'm just trimming off the excess there. And I'm also going to be adding some puffy stickers, which are from Freckle Fun. And I actually got this pack from the Hip Kit Club's Scrapbook kit. And that is essentially it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, I hope you give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. Here's some close-up. If you want YouTube to let you know when my next video comes out, please subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!